there's more crime all over the country, but here in Cape Coral, we've just had an armed robbery earlier this week, things like that. What would you as a city council person do to try and help alleviate some of the crime and make the community safer for the average person?
Okay. First of all, we have the fire training facility, we have the police training facility, but what ends up happening is we spend all this money training them to have them leave because we're not paying them enough to get them to stay. Well, if we turned around and we said, okay, you guarantee in writing, and I'm not talking the verbal anything, I'm talking in writing, you guarantee you will work here for 10 years, we turn around and we say, okay, we will give you between a 10 and a 20% subsidy to buy a reasonable quality home for you and your family. And you put, not restrictions, but guidelines on it. If they choose during the 10 years, they choose to either leave or to sell the house and move elsewhere,
right?
That money comes back to the city.
Interesting.
That gets refunded back to the city. If they choose during the 10 years, if they stay in that house for 10 years and then choose to sell it and go on, fine. They don't owe the city back. But if they decide to sell it and go into, say, a bigger home or a different home or whatever, within that 10 years, they need to refund that money to the city.
It's an interesting way of helping to keep trained police and firefighters.
Then we're keeping quality first responders. We're taking care of the first responders that take care of us.
Right.
And come on, then the police are going to take care of us more and hopefully keep the crime rates a little lower.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, those are the main questions that Phocion and I and American Civil Debate have been really hit with from the residents here in Cape Coral. Do you have anything further that you'd like to add, Lori, for your plans if you were elected?
Yeah, one of the things, if I'm elected in District 2, because a lot of people in my district, in District 2, and actually in every district, but primarily I've talked to people in District 2.
Yes.
And they have said, you know, nobody ever listens to us. We have concerns, we have problems, and nobody listens to us. I said, well, that's very easily solved. At either Camelot Park or Sands Park, once a month, if I get elected once a month, we have a district-wide town hall meeting.
Oh, I like that.
I will come armed with paper and pen. Tell me, give me your address, tell me what your concern is, what your problem is, what's bothering you. Because if I don't know about it, I can't do anything to try to fix it or help it.
Makes sense. Well, thank you, Lori.
Thank you very much.
so much for your time today.
Thank you.
And, you know, good luck with your campaign.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we'll be talking again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And